Reggie's demands were entirely different. Alcohol was top of his list.
Every master brewer in the jails I was in with him, they all had a special brew down for Reg. Good customer. Always paid cash. Prison booze is dangerous. It's made with some very dodgy ingredients, but it is powerful stuff. He used to carry it by the gallon, you know, great big bucket full, past the screws, and they'd go, hello, Reg, and look the other way. They, you know, let him get away with blue murders he did.
If it wasn't made in jail like prison hooch, the screws bought the drink in for us. Paid handsomely for it as well, they were. I mean, for a £10 bottle of scotch, we'd have to give a screw 30 quid.
Reg had a screw in every nick that would, you know, that was available to do things for him.
If me and Reg got a bottle of scotch from a screw, we'd go behind their door and we'd wedge the door up so no one can come in.
The relaxing of prison regulations under a new liberalisation policy in the 80s enabled drink, drugs and phone cards to be smuggled in on a regular basis to buy favours for Reg and his close friends.
It was quite funny to go on a visit to Reg because a lot of the time the people who I went with would take in alcohol for Reg. You know, a medicine bottle probably with scotch concealed somewhere on that person. And, you know, the added bonus that the prison officers at Nottingham Prison tended not to check anybody, you know, very well, meant that Reg could, you know, basically get a good drink inside him. So the visits to Nottingham, Reg was usually, you know, 3 sheets to the wind by the time I left him.
The prison officers in Maidstone Prison used to give him an helping hand back to the cells there.
He had so many visitors, so many mules and carriers, that I know that large amounts of booze were smuggled in, yes. Spirits, of course, and other substances, you know.
He used to do ecstasy and cocaine in Maidstone. I remember I was over cutting his hair one day over in Maidstone, because I was in Parkhurst and in Maidstone with him on 2 separate sentences I did. And he had a bag of Charlie's, it's called, slang name for cocaine, and it was like a bag of sugar, you know. So I thought it was to start with, until he told Bradley he'd give me a couple of lines, and then they was running around on ecstasy pills, you know, but, you know, he had 30 years. He had to break it up as best way as he could.
I know he called me many times between 6 and 6:30, and he'd usually had a drink by then. Hooch, of course. And he was normally quite slurring with his speech, and he would get a little more aggressive in his tone on the telephone than he normally would. And this is his business hour, I think, between 6 and 7, where he would bark out his orders, if people could understand him, and if he was, if you like, nasty in his tone or threatening, that was the time that it would come out.
You know, there was no limits on his screaming and shouting, whether you was a day late with his letter, whether you didn't drop off a load of money or collect some money from someone like you should have done, or whether you went round and had a word with a geezer like he told you to, or didn't do it. The shouting from him was all the same. It's all straight up to volume 10. Yeah,
would you do this? Please. Effing please. Do you effing mind? Kind of thing. And then he would calm down and say, right, thank you very much. I've got to go. I'm going to a party now in someone's cell. I mean, he enjoyed it. You know, it was his party.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please join our Facebook group. It's called Krays Crime Lords of London. We're a friendly moderated group with over 1,000 Kray and other celebrated gangster videos available for view. There's also thousands of images in the photos sections. The link for the group is in the YouTube description section. I hope we see you